All right, we're live. It's episode 141 of the MMA Outsiders. Back on a normal routine here. My name is Dan Bandu. He's Jack Gold. Jack, how are you today?
Feeling good, feeling a little tired. It feels like it's been a long week, man. We broke some news last show. It's a little out of the ordinary. We were posting a lot of good stuff this week. We were working hard this week.
Yeah,
Feeling
we're
good though. How about
yeah,
you?
yeah, working hard this week for sure. Yeah, I've been good, man. I can talk about this now. Within the last hour or so, I just got done talking to Michael Chandler. There's going to be a new interview coming out next Wednesday, so I'm excited to talk about his new partnership with Forum Energy. He had a little call out for Conor McGregor regarding the White House card, and he teased some new stuff that isn't quite public yet that you'll have to figure out for yourself. But overall, it was a good it was a good interview, and I did confirm to him that I will be at RAF at the end of the month. So he was really excited about that, and it was good to know that he remembered who I was because he pronounced my name correctly first off, which was very cool, and he even remembered slightly like me meeting him a couple years ago and stuff. So it was pretty cool. He was a good guy.
That's very cool. I was gonna say, do you like Michael Chandler? I know a lot of people feel some sort of way about him, but he seems like a
I
good
think
dude.
I think I personally think he's doing the best he can. That's what I think. He's doing the best he can with what he has. He has a lot of support, and I think he's found himself in a different way. It would say that he's enjoying all the stuff he's doing. It seems like he's spending more time with his family. Like he's doing all he can to just be himself. So, and I guess I can say this: he has not been approached by the UFC, according to him, but he wants Conor McGregor. So,
I want Conor McGregor. I want Conor McGregor.
so, but overall, it was a fun time, and I had a couple other interviews this week, particularly with Gable Stevenson and Brian Battle. Those are now public; they're out. It was released yesterday. So, yeah, I've been a pretty busy week, and it's been good to see how active we've both been. And today's show should be interesting. We're gonna talk about some fights a little bit. We're gonna talk about some news that's been roaming around, and we might shout out another fellow podcast that's just getting started, but landed a pretty major guest. So it should be a pretty good show today. When do you say so?
I think so. I'm excited. I think it's an interesting fight night, coming off of some pretty interesting stuff this past week. So I'm happy to kind of move past it.
Yeah, let's start though really quick and do our due diligence here. The MMA Outsiders is powered by Novig, America's number one sports prediction market. Available right now in 35 states. It will be 34 on November 30th, including, at least for now, California, Texas, Florida, Georgia, and New York. On Novig, you're 10 times more likely to win long term compared to a traditional sports book because you're playing against real users and not the house. Sign up today and use the promo code ETB Network. That is ETBNETWRK. No big where fans play smarter, must be 21 years or older to play. Please gamble responsibly. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. And just as a quick reminder as well, every playback stream that we're doing from here on out will be simulcast on the Twitch and Kick channels, as well as, of course, YouTube and playback. So there's plenty of places to support us here as well. But let's get into the show. Let's start out, though, with a pretty big elephant in the room. We might as well because it's now making the rounds on social media. John Jones has made his plea that he wants to fight on the White House card, and he called out one particular name. Jack, if you wouldn't mind doing the screen sharing honors today, there's a viral clip going around of him directly calling out Alex Pereira, as well as a separate clip that's him calling out Tom Aspinall and him calling him overrated. In a sense. So very, very interesting stuff. I figured we would start the show out with that before we get into the little bit of a nitty gritty, if you don't mind.
For sure. I wish I had a little heads up. I would have had it ready.
Sorry, us man. I've been a little busy today. Otherwise, I would have.
Well, while we're doing this, what else is going on? Talk about your interview a little bit.
Sure. So, I guess. Well, I did a couple. So where would you like me to start?
Up to you, man.
All right. So I think Gable Steveson was the most intriguing because I think right now a lot of people are considering him, and I'm taking my words from a story I wrote a couple days ago, as one of the scariest prospects in all of heavyweight MMA. It's very clear that he's very competent. He's only 25, has a lot riding on him. I think he knows how big of a star he can be, and he knows he hasn't reached his full potential or of status and stardom yet. And I think he knows that there's a lot of eyeballs on him, and he wants to stay as active as possible. And I think that's very interesting.
No, 100%. I feel that. Um, I've been a Gable Stevenson hater for a while, so seeing him do this well is
By the
kind
way,
of surprised me.
it's not Stevenson, it's Steveson. There's no N in his last name.
I don't really care. He's a racist.
You don't really care.
He's pardon my this. They're not kidding when they say the hottest takes on Twitter, but Gable Steveson, if we want to get into the nitty gritty while I'm finding this, he is a rapist who got off of the case very only due to a loophole. In any other state, he would have been charged with sexual assault. Dude's not a good dude. But hey, I respect doing the interview. We're not going to find this clip right now. It's not coming. Sorry.
Okay. Well,
But what's next, Sam?
hang on. It's right here. One second. It's right here. That's it. Where is it? It's right here.
But yeah, John Jones basically said that he thought that John Jones was a one-trick pony. Here we go.
I just sent it in the chat, so it should be right there.
Man, sorry guys, this is a kind of dog shit show today. About 4 minutes of airtime of silence. It's still not coming up, Zan. We're moving on. This week we have UFC Apex 111, I believe, at headline by Randy Brown versus Gabriel Bonfim. Kind of feeling the same way what I just said. This is kind of a stinky card. But first fight of the night, Jackson McVeigh versus Zach Reese. Zach Reese stepping in on 5 days' notice, 4 days' notice. What are you thinking?
Yeah, 5 days notice, 4 days notice, however many days notice. I think it's going to be too tough of a test for him without being in a full camp. What do you think?
I think it's a dead even fight. I think Jackson McVeigh is still super young in his career, and Zach Reese has been training full-time at Extreme Couture. So I think it'll be close. I think I'm going to pick Zach Reese in this fight.
Okay. And is it still a catchweight fight?
On Tapology, it said this is a middleweight fight, 185.
Okay. Do you want to share your screen to show Tapology?
I can do that.
And does Adrian Giannis have an opponent, or is he off the card?
As of right now, he is off the card. If you want to look at all of these canceled fights, it has been not an ideal fight card.
No, certainly a mess. Okay.
And if I'm not mistaken, I didn't know about Luana Santos and Croden getting canceled. What happened there?
I don't know either.
All right, well, first fight of the night, I'm taking Zach Reese. Who are you taking, Zan?
I got McVeigh.
All right. Next up, we have Dan. Also, let's see if the odds are on here. No odds quite yet on that fight. Next up, Miles Johns versus Daniel Marcos. Miles Johns is about plus 150. Daniel Marcos about minus 200. What do you think on this fight?
I got Miles Johns. I think just due to the experience factor. And I also think that He's due for an impressive win, and I just think Marcos the last couple years just really hasn't been the same guy. So I actually like Johns by finish. What about you?
I also think I like Miles Johns. I think I like Miles Johns here.
Okay.
Next up, we've got Tisha Pennington taking on Denise Gomez, formerly Tisha Torres. This is a really interesting one for me. Tisha
It's a
Torres plus
it's a huge
170.
it's a huge fight. It needs to be higher up in the card, I think.
I agree, and call me crazy. I'm going to be taking Tisha Pennington, the other dog, in this fight.
I am also. We both agree.
I just think she's going to be too much too soon for Tisha Pennington. Oopsie. Next up, we've got Josh Hokett versus Max Jimenez. Max Jimenez plus 350, UFC new debutante. Didn't have to go through contender while Josh Hokett did. What are you thinking, sir?
I like Hokett. I think there's not much known about his opponent, and I think Hokett has a lot of backing up to do in terms of trash talk, and this is his time to do it, and I think he will. What do you think?
I think it for sure is going to be a good fight. Like, I think Hokett's going to outdog him a little bit, and I think he's going to end up getting the late finish. But
Oh, you do? Okay.
I do. But while we're here, and I just want to say this for later, we'll bring back up this John Jones clip that Zan wanted. But Zan, you're going to have to do it because I'm not logged in on Twitter and I can't seem to log in. So
Oh, okay. All right. No problem. I got you. I'll
now,
take care of that.
next up, we've got Myra Bueno Silva taking on Jacqueline Cavalcante. Cavalcante is the massive favorite at minus 280. Myra Bueno Silva is plus 210. What do you think? It's an interesting fight.
Call me crazy, but I think Bueno Silva pulls off a huge upset.
She could, but I'm going to go with Cavalcante.
Okay.
I just think she's longer, better. I think she's just a better fighter. The only way I see this losing is Silva with a weird ninja choke.
Which is exactly what she did to Holly Holm in a fight that was later a no contest, right?
That is correct.
See, I
That
remember. See, I remember a little bit. It was a while ago too.
Next up, we've got Ricky Simone versus Honi Barcelos. Ricky Simone is the minus 175 favorite. Honi Barcelos has been going on a little bit of a run here, but I am going to go with Ricky Simone. I think he is it says he's number 33 here, and that Honi's the number 27 bantamweight. I think Ricky Simone's closer to the number 20 bantamweight.
I think so too. I think we're both on the same wavelength, and I'm also picking Simone as well. Absolutely.
All right, next up, starting with the featured prelim, we've got Jamal Emmers taking on Hyder Emil in a pick'em fight.
I like this to be an all action fight. I just think Emirates' striking is going to be a little bit crisper. What do you think?
I'm going to go with Hyder Emil. I think he's going to overwork Jamal Emmers, and I think he's just going to be in his face the whole time, start
Do you think?
clipping him a little bit.
Do you think he'll try to use his wrestling too?
Oh, for sure. I don't think
Oh,
he's going to be
actually, let me correct myself. I am picking Emil as well. Oh, so we are both on the same trajectory there.
Stan's lying. He's picking Jamal Emmers.
No, I'm not. I'm literally looking at my picks right now. I have Emil. I'm
Silly
serious.
guy. But I think Hyder Emil is going to get the job done.
Okay.
Next up, we've got Marco Tulio versus Christian Leroy Duncan, one of my favorite fights of the night. What do you think?
I like CLD. What do you think?
A lot of people like CLD here, and I am one of those people. We are both going with the underdog from England. Why do you like CLD?
He's a very fun fighter, and I don't think he gets a whole lot of respect. And I think Tulio hasn't been in a war yet, really, in his career. And I think CLD is gonna be the first guy to really push him. That's what I think.
I can't remember who CLD lost to. Gregory Rodriguez and Armin Petrosian. Those are just not great losses. You know what I mean?
Well, Rodriguez isn't horrible though. I mean, he
No,
lost
this
to
isn't
Cannon.
bad.
I mean, he lost to Cannonier.
This is
Cannon.
definitely his best fight in the UFC.
Yeah.
No, no free ads, no free ads. Marco Tulio, who have you beat in the UFC? You beat Ihor and Tresean Gore, who are like both really bad.
Yeah, he hasn't beaten anybody good.
I
So
like, yeah, he beat Jonas Beljari, who like is a different fighter now. But I like CLD. Next up, we've got Ismail Bonfim taking on Chris Padilla. Bonfim minus 215, Padilla plus 165. What are you thinking?
Bonfim. How about you?
I'm going to be picking Chris Padilla.
Okay.
I
Any
think Chris.
particular reason?
I think he's just going to outwork him, outdog him, stay on the front foot, make him tired, make him quit.
Okay.
Next up, and the welterweight division, we have Muslim Salikov taking on Uros Medic. Uros Medic minus 205. Muslim Salikov plus 170. What do you think?
I like it. My dog of the week this week would be Salikov. I like him a lot.
I
I think
also like Salikov here.
I think he's due for a huge win and a statement and against a very, very good prospect. What do you think?
I think at 41 years old, he's going to get another vicious knockout.
Seems like he always does that whenever he's at the apex, right?
Every time, man. But next up in the co-main event, we've got Matt Schnell taking on Joseph Bopo Morales. Weird co-main event. I'm happy Joseph's got some shine. He is minus 400 in this fight, or close to it.
I'm
Says
taking
250 here. It's 400 on FanDuel.
I'm
Bopo's
taking
been going crazy.
I'm taking Morales. It's hard to pick against a team alpha male guy. What about you?
I'm picking Morales by finish.
Okay. By what type of finish though?
I think it's going to be knockdown to submission.
All right, and then going into the main event, do you think this is a decent fight night card, or do you think this is bad?
Oh, this is terrible.
Jack,
This is awful.
if you were offered Jack, listen, if you were offered free tickets to the Apex, would you go? Because I would.
I would go, but it would be more so like to get free dinner.
Yeah.
Like this is like it would be a fun watch for sure, but it's also like what the hell are we doing here?
Yeah, this card really doesn't need to happen, does it?
No, it's fine. It's like you get to take a week off. I hate having weeks off, but this is
All right.
bad.
You want to go over the main event?
Main event: Gabriel Bonfim versus Randy Brown. Gabriel Bonfim's minus 200. It's a close fight, but what are you thinking?
I like Randy Brown to surprise some people. I think he's due for a statement win against a guy that I think a lot of people are undervaluing in a sense. I think this is a prove it type of fight in a division where it's extremely crowded and someone's going to break out of that mess, if you will. That's what I think.
Rude Boy. Yeah, Rude Boy is going to have an interesting one here. I think Gabriel Bonfim is going to sub him in less than a round.
You do?
I think it's going to be easy peasy, quick work. Unfortunately, I want Randy Brown to be sick, but I think he's like forever supposed to be in the 25-ish range.
Okay. So
Like he beat Brian Battle for sure, but it's also like I mean, he's kind of on a crazy run looking at it, huh?
Yeah, he is. He's on a great run.
Alex Oliveira, Jared Gooden, Chaos Williams, close fight. Francisco Trinaldo.
Which, by the way, I thought Chaos Williams beat him.
I did too. Jack Della. Then he beats Wellington Turman in a super close one.
That was very close.
Muslim Salikov.
But you know this. That's a fight he could have finished, and he didn't do it. You know that, right?
Exactly. Salikov, great win. Dos Santos, great win. Battle, he won. Dalby, great win. Bonfim, it's going to be interesting. But, yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to do it by Bonfim pressuring. Randy throwing an overextended right hand, hurting him, going kind of Bonfim going, ah. And then he dives on a takedown, single leg, scramble. He gets the back. Yeah.
Okay.
Other than this, because I know this is not like the best card on earth. I know we're not the most excited for this card. We're not. This week's been weird. This has been a weird week with the gambling stuff and all that. What do you think about the reports coming out that Tom Aspinall is still blind in one eye?
It's concerning. It's heavily concerning.
Is there some sort of punishment you would give Cyril or the French gyms for doing this?
Yes, but I think it's much harder because of where the fight was. If this fight was in America, I think it would be a clear punishment by one of the major commissions. It's hard when it's out of the United States.
I can see that. It's just one of those things where it's like you could ruin a guy's career because of this, you know?
Mm-hmm. So, wait, well, now that we're sitting here talking about this, let's hypothetically say this is a crazy scenario, but let's say he can no longer compete at the highest level anymore. And I know that that's super drastic, right? So, if you're the UFC and if that were to potentially happen, what do you do with the heavyweight title?
Like I don't even know. Like give Cyril Gane the 17th title shot. Like I think just give it to Alex Pereira and be like, okay, start fighting the contenders. Like I don't know, maybe like put Waldo Cortez versus Alex Pereira for the vacant heavyweight title.
That would be a terrible fight.
It would be awesome.
What are you talking about?
Alex would just beat him.
Yeah, but isn't that's not all that exciting though, right?
I think it would be good. I just
Really?
I can't have a Cyril Gane. I can't have another Cyril Gane. Because if Tom can't fight anymore, regardless of what happens, Cyril Gane is going to be the next title challenger again. 4th title shot in like 15 fights. It's ridiculous. But like Cyril Gane versus Pereira, maybe, like I don't know. Like, does he get another shot at the title for blinding the champion permanently? Like,
I don't know.
it's just one of those things where it's like, who knows what to do.
Yeah, I don't know. But speaking of Pereira, while we're on that topic, let's end the show with this clip from the No Scripts podcast. I don't think it's officially released yet, but it's making the rounds. So I'll play it. Let me share my screen. Hang on. So I figured we couldn't do it justice without including this in here because it's blowing up and it's gonna do well, but gotta give the No Scripts podcast.
Athlete, but I do feel like he's a one-trick pony. Tom's a great athlete, but I do feel like he's a one-trick pony. I believe that his wrestling and jiu-jitsu is incredibly overrated. He has a beautiful 1-2. I got to learn a lot about his patterns in his last fight. That's really about it. That's the one thing that he's setting up real nice. He couldn't touch Cyril Gane at all. That's the way I felt. I felt like Gane was just getting warmed up. Gane's hands was down. He was shaking his shoulders, bouncing around.
He was touching him. He was touching him. That jab too was money. He busted him open.
He was so comfortable.
I think Tom was looking for a way out, and he took it. He needs to change his game.
Interesting.
So there's that. I don't know if he was looking for a way out. I mean, his eye was literally compromised.
Yeah, I don't think it was looking for a way out, but I can understand what Jones was saying because I agree to some extent. Where like I think we saw where maybe like he shot a takedown and didn't get it. He wasn't throwing a ton. I think we saw that his kicks were pretty good and pretty dynamic, but on the feet it was a lot of 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 2 3 1 2 3. So it was like he is, I think, more brought in now than we once thought. Like, we thought he was some mythical fighter who could just run over people, and it turns out he can't run over everybody. You know what I mean?
100%. So it seems like with that, obviously the next clip was basically just him talking about how he really wants to fight for at the White House, and he said it would be a historic event and that it would benefit a lot of people. It seems like when he was asked about this, he was really, really, really excited, really excited. And in fact, what am I doing talking about it? Let's pull it up because it was a fascinating answer because you could tell he perked up. He was a little bit bored until this happened, and then all of a sudden it was like his eyes just lit up as soon as it was discussed. Here we go. So this is a reel that has almost close to 222,000 views on Twitter, courtesy of the No Scripts podcast and Championship Rounds. Did their own version of it. So let's end the show with this clip, which I think is very telling. Where did it go? Wait, that's right.
I also want to point out Donald Trump Jr. has been begging, basically, on the podcast, saying he wants John Jones to fight on the White House card.
Really?
So, maybe not Donald Trump Jr., but one of the sons, the ginger son.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go. We have it queued up here. Let's end the show with this. Here we go. That's it right here. Here we go.
It would be a blockbuster event. I think the whole world would come out.
There's a big card you keep talking about that you want to be on, a White House card, right?
Yeah, dude.
Who do you want for that? You want Pereira?
I'd like to fight Alex Pereira at the White House. I feel like he's incredibly respectful. I feel like he's a household name in America and MMA. Everybody knows who he is. He's a champion. He's in the conversation of being one of the greatest fighters of all time. It would be a blockbuster event. I think the whole world would come out. I've beat many.
Okay, so what's your early reaction to him being perked up as ever to wanting to fight Alex Pereira? What do you think?
I hate him. Alex Pereira knocks him out in one round by flying knee, up kick, spinning elbow combo.
You just want to see it happen so bad, don't you?
I want to see John Jones on the canvas. And that would make my life done. Could put cherry on top of it all. Just John Jones sleeping on the canvas. Left hook, laying on his back, looking up at the stars, his eyes rolling in the back of his head. You hear him moaning on the cat, like, oh. It would be the best.
Jack, I'm sorry. I don't know if you're going to get your wish, my guy. I'm
not. Oh, my God. That's the hope. That's the optimist in me. The realist in me is John Jones takes him down in one and submits him.
God, that would be very interesting. But no, continue. I'm sorry, I didn't.
It's just one of those fights where it's like I didn't get what I wanted with Tom Aspinall, and it might have been a blessing in disguise because Tom Aspinall that showed up to fight Cyril Gane, in my opinion, loses to John Jones. So I am just praying that if we get John Jones versus Alex Pereira, the gods above us are blessing Alex Pereira. They're like, this is your day. You are the chosen one.
You never know. You never know what might happen. But let's end things here. But before we do, want to kind of preview what we're going to be up to next week, because next week is when the real fun begins.
We've got UFC 322, baby.
When are you going to New York?
Wednesday. We're going Wednesday to Monday. We're going for your Jack Della Maddalena taking on Islam Makhachev. We've got Valentino Shevchenko versus Zhang Wei Li, Carlos Prates versus Leon Edwards, Sean Brady versus Michael Morales. I can't wait.
You have tickets yet or not yet?
Not yet. That's a day of problem.
Okay. Are you going to the press conference and the weigh-ins?
I plan on it.
You should. You absolutely should. I am very jealous of you. Let me just put it out there. I'm very, very excited for you. You're gonna have a blast. And are you going with anyone, or are you just going solo?
Solo dolo on this trip.
Okay.
We're just
I am
a
very,
rambling man. We're just going all over the place solo.
I'm very much looking forward to seeing. Oh wait, I guess let me just help you tease it. What kinds of content do you have coming up out there? Have you thought about some stuff you're going to do?
See, I'm taking this trip as a little bit of a me trip. I'm going to see one of my best friends. I haven't seen him in like 7 months. I'm going to see my family. I think this trip I'll have some content for sure, but we might be having some like non-MMA content. Like, oh, we tried this place for dinner. We walked around and did this today. Like, we'll see. We'll see what comes out.
See, that's more of the content I want to see anyway. So that's awesome. That is awesome. You have a good time. I will be down in Champaign and covering a doubleheader of Illinois sports. We have Illinois basketball versus Colgate on Friday night, and we have Illinois paying tribute to the veterans and taking on Maryland. There's like 100 free tickets to first responders, so it'd be a good weekend down there. So we'll both be busy doing our own thing, but I will most certainly be watching the fights as usual. And yeah, it should be fun, man, for sure.
Awesome. I wish you safe travel, sir.
Thank you. At least I have this weekend to recuperate, and who knows? You and I've been talking behind the scenes. We might end up seeing each other this weekend anyway, so it should be fun. So
no, it should be good.
Anything else you want to plug before we get out of here?
Tune in tomorrow. We've got the Average Joe versus the Pro, Jack Gold versus Eduardo Dudo Pena on YouTube coming out, the full video. You can see the teaser on my Instagram of me getting ragdolled by a professional fighter.
I am very, very much looking forward to it. I hope it goes viral immediately, and it should be very, very fun.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Zan.
Absolutely. Thanks to everyone in the playback community for tuning in. This has been episode 141 of the MMA Outsiders. He's Jack Gold. I'm Zan Bando. Have a great weekend. Passer or tail or fade either. You might as well be tailing me at this point because I've been under 500 for 3 out of the last 4 shows. So the person you might want to tail is the person to my right. But nevertheless, though, enjoy the fights this Saturday. We will catch you guys next week. I have a good one. Cheers,
See you
everyone.
guys later.